Hello, 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 everybody. Good afternoon. You guys are so lucky. We get a double whammy today. We get this afternoon, and even more importantly, you guys are lucky because you get one right now. I am so excited to bring from you across the pond, all the way from the UK, my friend, my new friend and fellow classmate, Fiona Grant, and we'll learn more about her in a minute. Guys, come on in, say hello, let us know where you're watching from. I'm just going to switch something here on the background really quick so I don't see writing. There we go. And come on in and say hello. Hope everybody's doing well. Grab your coffee, grab your lunch if it's lunchtime where you're at. Grab your lunch and come on in and say hello. And Martin, also from your side of the pond. Martin is from Ireland. So I don't know why. I always feel like Fiona, I have to say Ireland. And I don't know why I have to do that. Martin, please forgive me. But I always feel like I have to say Ireland in a different way. Beth, hello. Hello from Tennessee. Good to see you. Guys, come on in and say hello. Let's welcome Fiona. And I'm so excited to have you here. Hello at work. You're at work. Don't tell anybody. Work in Rock Island. Okay. Be incognito. We don't want anybody to know. It's all good. And I'm excited to have you here. So what I want to tell you guys first is Fiona and I are in a wonderful program. We're in a spiritual coaching practice program with Dougal Fraser. There's you guys remember last time you saw Pasquale. So he was with us on here last Saturday. So Fiona is here, and I'm so thrilled to have her here. Fiona is an angel communicator and does angel therapy. Now, Fiona, can you tell me so I could type it in here for people to know your Facebook, where people can find you, is
Fiona Grant Angel Therapy.
Simple, easy, guys. Really simple, easy. And there we go. Okay. I just want to make sure that I spelled that right. Yeah. Okay. And there you go. Okay. And we are on 3 platforms, Fiona. We are on a private Facebook group that I have. We're on my business page, and we're on YouTube. Look at this. You make your debut, and ta-da! Here you are on all over. Everyone can see you now. And that's amazing, guys. This is Fiona's first live like this, but please welcome her. Please just open arms, open hearts, and open mind. I'm so glad to have you. So welcome, welcome, welcome. What would you like to tell us a little bit about you? Tell everyone exactly. I know what you do, but tell everybody what you do.
So, as Elias said, I'm an angel communicator, and I'm also a transformational catalyst. And I work with angel lovers to help them to build or enhance and strengthen their reception and understanding of their angel messages, so that they, with the angels' help, guidance, and support, can co-create the answers to their angel prayers.
You said that really well. Wow, that was great. That was great. Look at you doing your homework. That was really good. You did amazing. I love that. And I just love your energy, Fiona. You to me, and I'm going to just boost you up a little bit, my friend. You have that angelic quality within you. You really do. You have this kindness, you have this gentleness, you have this just soft appeal to you that I don't know why everybody isn't signing up and having a reading with you. So I just think you have this this love and passion of your work that is done so well, and it's the energy that I get from it. And it's every time I look at you and look in your eyes, there is such compassion there, and I think that is a gift. It truly is a gift. Let me say hello to people. Connie, good to see you. Thank you for joining. Danielle, my friend, hello. I saw that you called, and I'll return your phone call in a bit. Welcome, Fiona. Very nice. Thank you. Sue Melman, good to see you. Hope you're doing well in your drive back home. David, hello. Thank you for being with us as well. And what tell everybody, Fiona, what do you love working with the angels? What does it do for you? Like I told you, it warms my heart when I see you and I hear you speak. What did blah, blah, blah. Let's try that again. What does see? I even mess up. I gave away that perfection piece long time ago. One time I was like, wait, what am I doing? Oh yeah, sorry. So what do you get out of working with the angels?
I get so much from them. So I'm trying to think of what the thing that comes to mind is I actually feel that connection in my heart. So I feel that because angels, as you know, are just 100% pure love.
Right.
And I feel that connection in my heart to that love, that actual pure love, divine love, which is actually where we come from and is actually what we miss here on earth. So that, I think, if I have to think of one, I think that would be the one I would share today.
I love that. I love that. That's beautiful. And you get many different angels, is that correct?
Yes, I mean, I'm aware of 16 archangels, but angels are really just one energy, and it's just so we're comfortable working with them that they have names, because they
Yes.
don't really in that sense have names, they don't have genders,
Right.
but because they want us to be comfortable when working with them, they present themselves to us in this way. So there is an infinite number of angels.
And that's fascinating because I know what angel people that work with angels will say exactly what you said. And when I get messages from angels, I tell people that we're talking about the vibration. So even though like I might get a guardian angel, we'll put it in quotes, of Penelope, that's not Penelope's actual name, guardian angel. It's the vibration that she wants to bring forward as a female. And I'll say to people, like, I'll do these rapid readings like this for people. I might even do them today real quick. But I'll say, for example, hi, Kathy. Good to see you. Amy Marie, hello. Hello, Barb, Tikanis, Christos Anesti, which I just told her hello. And I told her Christ is risen. We say that 40 days in Greek. Nita says, catching at least half of this exciting presentation. Glad to be here. Glad to be here. And my friend Sarah May, all the way from the UK, she's watching from North Wales. So yes, dear friend of mine, and glad to be here. So Lindsay, hi Lindsay, someone like Lindsay. What I'm hearing for Lindsay is an archangel by the name, or I'm sorry, not an archangel, an angel's name of, sounds silly, guardian angel, Lindsay, of George. And George is teaching you guidance. So I always get this like sing song, like it's Penelope for patience or Anastasia for, I don't know, something with an A. It always is this A, it matches, which is so odd for me, but this is what I've been told. And guys, you have to remember, all of us get messages differently. So, and we're going to go over a little bit about the archangels because Fiona knows so much more about archangels than I do. Oh, look who it is. Pasquale. Good to see you, Pasquale. Thank you for being here. And Todd, thank you for being here. Long time no chat. Sharon, hello. Stephanie, hello. And again, Lindsay, thank you so much for being here. So, Fiona, if you were to say that I needed guidance in manifestation, what archangel would I call upon for manifestation?
So the name that immediately pops into my mind is Archangel Nathaniel. and he comes with the color red. So his aura is a red aura. And so he brings passion and power. And I would also like to say that although the archangels specialize in certain areas, it's really the archangel that comes forward for you. So talking to you, Elias, that is the archangel that's presented themselves for you. But for somebody else, it might be a different archangel presented to do with manifestation.
I love that. So in my prayers, before I do a reading for anybody or before I do empowerment coaching for anybody, what I would say is, I call upon and I, list, and then I'll say, I always call upon Archangel Raziel and Archangel, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, and Archangel Jophiel, which is a correct pronunciation.
Jophiel.
Okay,
but I
Jophiel.
don't think, but I'm not sure that there is a sorry.
Okay, great. Because I don't want to say, Archangel, hey, and there's not there could be an Archangel, hey. But, I just want to make sure that I am being reverent and respectful when it comes to the archangels, because it does, again, it comes from here, and it really has to come from here.
And it will come from you on that vibration. So even if you don't say the name in the way that you would like to say it, your intention is clear, and they will respond to that intention.
Yeah. I always feel like, and I don't know if you feel this, but like right now, I got tingles on the top of my head, and I feel like there's pressure, light pressure, but a warmth on my shoulders. So I feel that sometimes when I hear many angels, I'll like, oh God, like I just got it now. Like someone's going like this to my head. But I feel warmth, and I'll also hear a harp playing in my ear. So it's really beautiful, really, really beautiful. So Archangel Raziel, can you tell everyone a little bit about him?
So when you say Archangel Raziel, is that Raziel?
I think so. Am I pronouncing it wrong? Yeah.
But also you've got an American, we've got different accents. So we are going to pronounce things slightly differently.
I know, like I didn't know aluminum is aluminium. And and Sarah's going to kill me for this. And garage, let me see if I can say it properly, garage. That's right. Oh, good, I did it. Yay, good. So it's, and I was saying, oh, Sarah, I've got like something wrong with my windshield wipers. And she was telling me that it's not, you guys don't call it a windshield. You call it, what's the when it's raining?
Yeah,
Sarah, do you?
A windscreen.
Windscreen, that's it. Windscreen. I knew it was something. Yeah. So I was like, a who? A what? Yeah, you're right. And see, Fiona, this is how I do on my lives. I mix a little bit of humor with a little bit of seriousness, with a little bit of information, and we make it fun for everybody. And let me just say hello to a few people. Gina Marie, thank you for joining. I appreciate you being here today. Michelle, yes, so many angels, so true. Barb says, Alithos Anesti, which means Christ has risen, and indeed he has. And then she's like, come on over for some lamb and other delicious things. Barb, I didn't have any good Greek Easter food. So I'm picking up some stuff Friday. I'm driving to the Quad Cities, Barb, to get pastizo, spanakopita, dolmades, kururaikia, and a Greek salad and Greek chicken. I just got a little bit of everything so I could freeze whatever I could freeze. So there you go. But I would love to come over for lamb. Anyway, see, this is how we talk about. We talk about food. We talk about everything. But so going back to Archangel
Raziel,
yes. What can you tell us about him? What is his color?
So Archangel Raziel, his actual aura color isn't coming to mind, but what is coming to mind is that I heard this from my teacher about the angels, that we see the angels have wings. That's how they present themselves to us. That's all the images show, is angels with wings. But what my teacher said is that it's actually their aura. And so they don't really have wings in that way. But I must admit, I absolutely love the wings.
Me too.
And I love, having their wings wrap around me.
Yes, I love that too. I love that too. When you're working with clients, are there many angels that come forth when you're working with a client, or is it usually one specific angel in that session?
It depends. It depends what that person has come for. It depends what the angels want to work with them on.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes it could be angels in general with no specific archangel. Sometimes it could be the guardian angels. Sometimes it could be, one archangel or many archangels. It's really, dependent on the person.
Now, would you say that in your experience that, because people always think that I'm being shown this lesson for a reason, and they have this experience, whatever that lesson is, and they ask for angelic help. Is there, in your experience, a certain way that you like to call in angels that you could share with everybody?
Well, there's kind of two ways. So you could, directly address the angels. Angels, I mean, I like to call them darling, because to me, they're my darling angels. So I would say darling angels, or if it was a specific archangel like Raziel, darling Archangel Raziel. And then, could you help me with, and whatever it is, thank you. And always like to add thank you at the end. But that's for our benefit. That's not for the angel's benefit.
Right.
And another way of doing it is to actually ask as if it's already happened. So say I wanted a parking space in a particular car park. We're going to call it Green Car Park. And so I'd say, thank you, darling angels, for helping me find the perfect parking space for me in Green Park parking.
I love that. Do you know, that's how I first started? Well, I started working with angels as well, but it got better and easier. And this is, it's how I said it. I was like, what did I say? Parking angels full of grace. Help me find a parking space. Fast, quick, and easy. Thank you so much. And then usually I would find one right away. And then sometimes, because I used to live in Chicago, and the winters in Chicago are crazy. So I'm like, I would go around the block. I'm like, there should be one here now after I said the prayer. I'm like, okay, maybe the angels are a little busy. Testing, 1, 2, testing. Parking angels full of grace. Did you hear me ask for parking space? And then I would have a laugh. And after I would have a laugh, because I was so hyper focused on, I got to find it. I lightened up, and there was always a parking spot. It might not have been exactly right in front, but maybe it was a couple feet down, or even on the next block where it was clearer snow than all the craziness that we have to deal with in Chicago. But I think that's wonderful that you mentioned that. I think it's so important, like you said, to say thank you. And thank you as if they've already done it, because they're always working with us and for us. We just, I feel, let me know what you think, that we block ourselves. Don't you think? What's a good way for you that you would tell everybody about how you can work, besides a prayer? How else can you work with angels? How can you have them come in more and be more aware of their presence?
Because we can, on a doesn't have to be a conscious level. On a subconscious level, we can block our awareness of how the angels communicate with us, because the angels are always connected to us. It's just through the blocks that we have, which can be conscious. So maybe we're just not aware of how the angels communicate with us. And then there can be the subconscious blocks. That means that we're on a level that we're actually blocking our awareness of that communication. So there's not actually a simple answer to that question. It's quite a multi-layered question, because it does depend on quite a number of different things. I mean, you can always, if we think of some simple ways of communicating with the angels, but this is again when you're not receiving the communication from them, you are communicating to them.
Right, exactly.
So you could write a letter to them.
I love that. That's a great one. Yeah.
And you can always ask in your mind. You don't have to verbalize it.
Which is a good idea, because, I like the writing. Sometimes when I'm driving, because I talk a lot. So sometimes with driving, I like to just be quiet, and, I have the conversation in my head, and it's always nice. I'll see something. Sometimes I'll see a feather that flies by, which is fascinating, or I'll see one of my animal spirit guides. Like I'll see a hawk that flies by, and I'm like, wow, there's no hawks in this area. This is fascinating, right? I know a lot of people like to use essential oil or crystals to help call that in. Would you advise that?
If a person is drawn to essential oils, or they're drawn to working with crystals, absolutely. I mean, celestite and angelite are ones that, help to raise that angelic vibration. But it's not that you need them. You can do it without them. But if you are drawn to either of those things or both of those things, then absolutely.
Because I know a lot of people are drawn to jasmine, and I know that that's a high frequency, angelic frequency for that scent. And I've had a client that actually she got a little necklace made with the little stone that with the wire around it, so of angelite, and she would put a little drop of jasmine on it, and she's like, angels be with me today. So, and I told her just that her saying that was, I don't want to say good enough, but that was well done. But for her, she said it needed to be tangible. It needed something that she could go to, something that she could feel. So I think that's cool. Why don't we do this? Are you open to having people ask questions about angels? Guys, we're not going to give an angel reading because it is late. Remember, it's 6 hours ahead of wherever you're at. Fiona has graced us with her presence today and her knowledge today, so I don't want to tax you, Fiona. So, because I'm sure it was a busy day for you today. So, does anybody have any questions? I want you to know that Barb has offered to feed us. Fiona, if you want a nice Greek Easter dinner, just fly in. I'll pick you up at the airport, and we'll go Sunday at 1 o'clock to Barb's for dinner or lunch. And that's from Jamaica. Thank you so much again for joining us today. Thank you for being here. Anyone have a question for Fiona or myself about angels? Now, I have to say that my experience is not as extensive as yours. I mean, I get the little messages here and there, and I do angel messages from an angelic realm. So when I get into that state, there are people. There are angels. They call themselves the guardians of the angelic realm, and I'm like, well, can I have a name? And I got the name Ezekiel as a group collective name, kind of like when Esther Hicks does Abraham, when she does the Abraham Hicks thing. It's kind of like that. It's fascinating because the language is always different. The form of the words are kind of different and lighter, and it's fascinating to me when it happens. It's really fascinating. All right, we got some questions. Here we go. Kathy asks, I get different sensations for each angels. Do you?
That is so beautiful. And that sounds like clairsentience to me. That's clear feeling. So as you said, sensation, that is through your physical. I mean, sensation kind of sounds more like maybe physical, because you can also feel it emotionally too. So do I get different sensations for each of the angels? Not to my conscious knowledge, but the angels work with us and communicate with us in the way that works best for us. And I think that is so beautiful that you receive different sensations for each angel. And I will be fascinated to know, is that a physical sensation that you are feeling, or is it an emotional, or is it both?
Look at you asking the good questions, Fiona. See, you could do my job. You could totally, this is good. You're good. You're good, girl. That's good. All right, let's see. Hang on. I just love you. I just adore you, my friend. I just think you just have just such wonderful, wonderful energy. So yeah, Kathy, let us know. What are the sensations that you get? That'd be wonderful. Facebook user, how do you connect to your guardian angels? We kind of answered this before, but you might have just come on earlier. So what would you say quickly, for them?
The thought that comes to mind is to open your heart to them. So open your heart to your guardian angels, and allow them to heal all that pain that you're holding in your heart there. And just so that you can allow your heart and your energy to open more to the angels. Because when the angels communicate with us, they communicate on a wave of pure love. And so the more we open our heart to them, the more we are into receiving their messages.
Awesome. Awesome. Now, Michelle asks, what angel should I call for help at this moment? So again, we're not really doing angel readings, but, and I'll ask Fiona's opinion as well. If you're asking for help, for me, that always means, in my mind's eye, it always means Archangel Michael. If you're asking for strength, as in help, I would also say if you're asking for help in communication, it would be Archangel Gabriel. And if you're asking for healing, it would be Archangel Raphael. So that's what I would suggest, Michelle. Anything that you would like to add to that, Fiona?
So also if it's emotional healing that you're looking for, then that will be Archangel Chamael. And there's also for healing, which is for animals as well, Archangel Uriel as well. And actually popping into my head is Archangel Uriel for illumination as well, to illuminate things around healing.
You're so good. You're so good. I just love that. Good for you. Okay. You just put a smile on my face, Fiona. It's just so natural with you. Let's see. Okay, we got that. Todd said, so Todd, I know it was a typo, but how I read this was, what's the best angle for a startup business? So I knew you meant, what is the best angel for a startup business? What would you say for that for Todd?
Well, that is an interesting question. And I'd like to let you know, Todd, that even people like me who are really in tune with the angels, we have issues as well, things that are issues for us that are not kind of in our wheelhouse, that kind of, I don't want to use the word triggering, but that we can have some blocks around. So the best So just, to advise you of that. And the best angel for a startup business. So Archangel Michael for courage, Archangel Uriel for clarity and illumination, and also an angel of the heart to actually help you to feel the heart of your business. What is the heart of your business?
That's beautiful. I love that. Barb chimes in where she says, I feed everyone. It's a Greek thing. Yeah, I know, Barb. I know. That's why, Fiona, being single again, it's hard to cook for myself. Like, I am used to cooking, Greeks, we cook for like 10 people. That's nothing. That's like for a dinner of 2. We're used to like cooking for 20. So thanks, Barb. I'm sure you could freeze it and we'll send it over across the pond to Fiona so she could have a little Greek lamb. So Janicki, so nice to see you. Janicki, all the way from Norway, which is wonderful. Thank you for being here, my friend. Beth is going to ask a very interesting question, and I'd love to see what you say because I know what I'm going to say. So I'm going to let you go first with this one. Are there angels around me?
Yeah. Absolutely. 100% categorically. Don't doubt, Beth. They are absolutely there for you. 100%.
They're always around us, correct, Fiona? They're always
Absolutely.
with us. Exactly.
Without exception, everybody.
I hope that helps, Beth. Okay. Hi, Stacy. Long time no see. How do you remove your blocks to receive messages from your angels?
So that again isn't a. I'm sorry, I can't give you one simple answer because although there are some general blocks, they're like for a lot of people, they have problems grounding because they love the angel energy so much that they don't allow their energy to be earthed and grounded. And the more that you allow your energy to be earthed and grounded, the higher you can reach in energy terms and the clearer your messages are. So I'm sorry, there's no simple answer to that because it does depend what, where you're actually, where their blocks are, where they come from. Because our blocks can originate from our past. True. So that there is no simple answer, but because I had huge blocks to connecting and communicating with the angels, I was filled with so much self-doubt. I didn't even trust my intuition. And one of the ways that the angels helped me, and it's layers, we're talking about layers here. It's not like there's one big block. It's like you remove the layers of that block. And so how they did it for me was one of the key ways was through meditation. So they would take me through a guided meditation where they would work with me and my energy to heal that particular block.
And that's important, guys. And here's, I know I've mentioned this before, and no joking, it's going to come off as a joke, guys, but no joking. I mean, honestly, you don't have to sit there and go, Om, Om, oh, angels, are you hearing me? Hello. You don't have to do that. You can, like, if washing dishes puts you in that meditative state where you're just like, I told somebody, Fiona, that I can iron clothes, and that puts me in a meditative state. They're like, oh, I'll just bring over all my clothes and you can meditate all you want. But it's so fascinating to know that, guys, we limit ourselves in the way we think. So if you're open to, dear angels, speak to me how you can. Show me how we can match our energies together. Speak to me on my level so I can understand you. And thank you. And that's wrong way. That's what Fiona said was the thank you. So that's important. Um, okay, Danielle, can you tell me why Archangel Uriel might appear?
So Archangel Uriel is all about illumination. He's also to do with the weather as well. So it also helps with weather.
I didn't know that. Fascinating. Okay, because I'm going to ask for good weather on my travels when I travel. Um, Now, here's an interesting question. Thank you, Sue Melman. I think I know the answer. I'm smiling because I think, I know what you're going to say. Do angels experience intimacy?
Um, because angels are not humans, they don't have physical bodies like us. They do not have that instinct part of them which all human beings have, and we have that for a reason.
Right.
And they and because we have that instinct part of us, and we have that part of our brain, the amygdala, which is always asking, am I safe? They don't have any fear, they don't have any judgments. So, and they're not female or male, even though they present themselves to us, because that's the way that we're comfortable interacting with them, in a form that we recognize, a human form we recognize. So, and they're actually really one energy, even though they speak to us as if it's individual energies, and they speak to us as if they're specialized in certain areas with the archangels. So it's not really a term that we would apply to the angels in that way.
But they do the feeling, the intimacy of love. That is what I think that, that's the piece that they give, is that love piece. And I think they experience that energy because love never dies. Love is eternal. Whether you guys want to say God, spirit, universe, we're born with that. That's the breath that comes into our soul. We have that love piece. We're born from the creator's love. We have that within our soul. When we go back, that energy is still there. That's why, as psychic mediums, the mediumistic piece, we are picking up on that love piece. That never dies. Love is eternal. So it only makes sense that angels would bring that love piece, because that's the first thing that we feel. And coming from a former massage therapist piece, the skin is the largest organ of our body, and that's the first thing that we feel. We feel first. When we're born, we feel. Whether it's a little tap on the tush, or whether, we're being massaged out of the birth canal, we get that feeling first. So we are feelers first. Think about that one. Thank you for asking that, Sue. Kathy, in response to your earlier question, I'm like, she gets both things. So great.
Sure.
And Sarah May from the UK. You may have covered this. My internet has been stop and go throughout. Anyway, Fiona, what is your take on angels and archangels being of gender male and female, or just energy? And as Fiona just said, go ahead, Fiona.
Yes, angels are just energy, and they present, because they want us to be comfortable and they want to interact and communicate with us in a way that is the most comfortable for us. They present themselves as male or female. Although interestingly, for some people, Archangel Gabriel, for some people, he presents as male, and for other people, she presents as female.
Fascinating. I love this. Kathy says, they let me know by tingles in different areas as I call on them. Like Michael will put weight on my shoulders, letting me know that he's with me. That's wonderful, Kathy. That's awesome. Beth says, what's a good angel to ask for help with creativity?
Sorry, I'm just asking.
No, I know you are. I know you are. I'm like, oh, look what she's asking. Guys, when you go to any psychic medium or anybody that does intuitive work and they give you one of these looks, they're just asking. And while she's still getting information. So Fiona, when I had to do my my homework, normally I look in the camera, but I was nervous because I had the little stopwatch like right here, and I was looking down. But sometimes when nothing's scripted. I mean, I might have bullet points in my head, but if it's a long speech, like if it's something that I have to present for an hour or 2 hours, I'll have bullet points on a small piece of paper. So what I do is I'll like look to the side because I'm hearing information as I'm talking. So I'm like, now it's different when I'm on a stage or on a platform. I could be like, and then it's like this, so I'm hearing, but I'm looking to the side. So I have to be aware now for homework. Yes, I'm looking in the camera. I'm not going to look anywhere else. So, but what a great, it was a really great lesson for me. It was a great tool to learn not to look at the clock. And because again, this lesson about getting it perfect, I thought I was over that lesson, but it's fascinating that, and what I'm going to do next time, you just gave me a great idea, Fiona. Next time I'm going to call in my angels before I do the speech. Ask for Archangel Gabriel for communication. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Good. Just so I know. Check. Clear. Good. Okay. So anyway, going back to Beth's question about creativity.
Absolutely. And just to say also for you, Archangel Uriel for clarity as well.
Oh, good. I'm writing that down. Thank you.
So for Beth, I really feel that you could actually call on the angels in general. You don't really need to just call on one specific angel. But if you did want to, I'm getting Archangel Jophiel for you.
And can you spell that, please, for me?
Yes. Jophiel.
So us Americans, we would say Jophiel.
Ah.
Jophiel. I don't, and that's what. So I told my friend Sarah May, I'm like, next time I am coming back as a Brit. That's what I'm coming back as a Brit, because I just love it. I love it. I could come back as a Greek Brit. I'm okay with that, but I would like to live there. So green. I told her I would want to live somewhere like in where they have in, oh gosh, I'm losing it. What's the Hobbit? I would love to live like in that little area where there's little cottages and all the greenery and all that are in the southern France, or let's face it, I'll live in Italy. I would totally live in the Tuscan area. I don't care. Just they'll know where to put me. It's fine. It's all good. See, this is how I stall when I'm looking at the next questions. So these are good things to do. Good things to learn, Fiona. Facebook user said, just popping in. I think my angels hear me. That's awesome. Todd laughed at my angle thing. That's great. Hi, Dee Dee. Good to see you. Kathy says, I love
Shamuel.
Thank you. Elias, I love your sense of humor. Thank you. You're welcome, Stacy. It keeps repeating. I know it keeps. It's StreamYard. Remember, not high tech. No. I could talk about bones and muscles. I could talk about the woo-woo stuff. High tech, no clue. Can loved ones who crossed over become angels? I love this question. Like my grandaunt, who was a nun and the sweetest human, she would be a good candidate. I have an answer, but I'd love to hear yours as well. Go ahead.
So there are kind of different thoughts on this, but the main one is that our loved ones can act like our guardian angels, even though we wouldn't strictly class them as an angel, because the majority of angels, apart from Sandalphon and I think it's Metatron. I
think you're right. Yeah.
Apart from those two, all the other angels have never actually lived on Earth. They can temporarily incarnate, but they don't have a lifetime here. So remember, these are beings that are just 100% pure love. And sorry, I've lost the thread of the question here.
No, that's okay. Welcome to my world, Fiona. Welcome to my world. Okay. Let your fingers do the walking. We were talking about this. Oh, yeah. Yes, there we go.
Thank you. Thank you. And so strictly speaking, loved ones that cross over don't become angels, even though they could act like our guardian angels.
Right.
Now, but on the flip side of that, now this, not everybody believes this, but there are some people believe that angels can actually incarnate on Earth for a lifetime. So not just temporary incarnate to help us, but they can incarnate on Earth for a lifetime. But then there are some that say that's not possible.
And it all depends on what school you've gone to, in a sense, because what I've learned, and again, guys, this is just me. So I learned it's us right here, then our higher self. And then after that comes our loved ones. Because we're talking about energy. We are the most heaviest energy. And then our higher self, and then our loved ones, like our grandparents, our parents, they're right here. And then also, I'm going to put this kind of right next to it. It's our past life guide. So they haven't come back yet, but they're still helping us, somebody from our past life. And then after that, then we get into the angelic realm. And then we have the angels and we have the archangels. And then that hierarchy. So remember, archangels are the highest vibration. And like Fiona said, they have not been in human form. So can you call, like wrong way. My mom and dad, they are my guardian angels. Are they angelic? But they're my guardian angels. They watch over me. So we have this, with wording, so semantics, if you will. So we have that kind of wording that we have to label and what works right for you. Just like some people will say, well, you can't give an angel a vibration with a name. Well, if that works for you, that's what works for you. So if you want to call your aunt your guardian angel, please do so. And if she was a nun, she was close. So there you go. That's good. Who assigns? We're going to do these a little quicker. Who assigns angels to us? Do they take it upon themselves?
Oh, that's a really interesting question. I've not actually had that question before. So I don't actually know the answer to that.
Okay.
I have, because these are just beings of energy. So a lot of people say that before we're born, we kind of have a conflab with, our spirit guides and all the people that we're going to live our life with, and about everything about life and what we're going to experience. And so who assigns them? Again, we're kind of putting angels into human terms,
right?
Using words like assign. It's just energy. This is just in reality, it's just one big energy.
Janicki says, I have a hard time remembering names and their abilities. So I ask all angels, archangels, guides to protect me, etc. I'm right there with you, Janicki. I'm right there with you. Yes, I would love to live somewhere like that too. I dream about places like that when I was younger. Oh, yes. Another cool place to live, I'm thinking, would be Bali. That would be really cool. Like when you had the little huts on the wall over the water. Super cool. But I'd be worried about a tsunami. But if there was no tsunami, I would do Bali. David is being cheeky and kind of funny, Fiona. And I love saying cheeky because I know it's a British term that we use here, but you would fit through the Hobbit door easily. Thank you, David. Yes, I would fit through the door easily. Maybe I would have to kneel a little bit, David, but I think I would still fit through the door. And guess what? If I didn't, I'd make it fit. Okay. Julie says, very challenging time with health for my son and brother. Who can I call on for the protection as well as mine? Before Fiona answers, guys, can we do this really quick? Everybody extend your hands out towards the screen. I'm going to put Julie's name up here and look at her face and just send her energy. And just ask that all your angels, all heavenly beings surround her, her family, her son and her brother for protection and for good health. Breathe in and blow that out to the screen. Again, guys, it's intention. It's all it is. Intention, prayer. To me, they're the same. So who would you ask for?
Archangel Michael. He is like the king of protection, and he will just lovingly be there for all of you and for all the situations that you find yourselves in, and he will be with you, your son and your brother. He will be with you all individually, because this is a being that has no time and space restrictions. So you'll have Archangel Michael with you, your son will have Archangel Michael with you, the brother will have Archangel Michael with you. And actually what I'm seeing is like Archangel Michael filling the rooms, just like just crowded full of the energy of Archangel Michael.
Danielle asks, do you have a favorite angel oracle card or others to use?
Oh. Well, when I started out, that's how I started out, was learning to communicate with the angels through angel oracle cards. But now I more directly receive the messages, so I don't use them as often. But at the moment, the one I am using is Whispers of Healing by Angela Hartfield.
I like the name. I like the name. Thank you for the prayers. You're welcome. Well, guys, I really want to honor Fiona's time. So, because it is, remember, it's 6 hours wherever you guys are at. And once again, here is Fiona, where you can get a hold of her if you'd like to book a session. On Facebook, look up Fiona Grant Angel Therapy. Easy breezy, cover girl. It's right there. Fiona Grant Angel Therapy. And Fiona, what a joy. Will you come back sometime and we could talk more? I'd love to have you. Can you hold on for a minute so we can just chat, you and I, a little for a moment? And guys, thank you. And I'm going to tell you, come back tonight, 7 p.m. for Elena, who's going to do face reading. It's fascinating. It's fascinating. So I'm going to end this like I always do. We are here to connect. And when we connect, we educate one another. And we educate one another, we grow. There's unity in community. From my heart to yours, Fiona, thank you. Everyone else, thank you for being here. Many blessings to all of you. Be well, and remember, ask your angels. They always are there. They're always with you. Have a beautiful day, everyone. See you back at 7 p.m. Central Time. Fiona, hold that thought.